One of the things we wanted to do was to bring history to life for the audience. We wanted it to be more than just a textbook look back at events of the past. We wanted to link that whenever possible to real life or present day events and what the influence of people 100 years ago have present day.
Doug Ciccone is our modern day Dummy Hoy, and the story takes place in Enfield, Connecticut at Fermi High School. Doug Ciccone is a deaf high school ball player who has taught his teammates and his coaches how to use sign language.
Being with the team over the course of 3 to 4 days, you really could see that Doug was part of the team. He was not just, the odd guy in the corner. These guys embraced him, he was a friend of theirs, and they all really, really enjoyed communicating with him.
For me, that was when we had the movie. That was when we made the connection to modern time. That was when we were able to make a movie that was so much more than baseball. Overcoming adversity is not just in the history books, it happens every single day.
It gives us a glimpse into the past, but with a present take on it. And it just goes to show you that the need for communication really is timeless.
It's so important for everybody to reach out to communicate. And people like Doug and people like William Hoy really set that standard, and we need people like Doug to keep doing that, because if we're not willing to reach out and meet people halfway, then there's no way that we're ever going to be able to be on the same page like we really deserve to be.
Now, the Umpire Academy was our vehicle to try to show Clem's influence on modern day people. Clem reinvented the way umpires are dealt with and taught in the game. He is known as the father of modern day umpires, really for setting the stage for everybody to come after him.
Here's a group of guys that are so committed to this profession that it's like a boot camp there.
Umpire hand signals truly are a language unto themselves. Seeing that, I think, makes a lot of people realize, hey, they're not just out there waving their arms around doing whatever they want. They actually are speaking a language.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on the film. You always want to be ready. That's the key in this kind of production.
One of the things Don wanted to do is to have some different feelings throughout this movie. So when we shot at the Academy, that was more of a documentary feel, so there was more handheld, and we were moving around pretty quick.
As stuff was happening, we were getting the action. And so, you're always trying to stay ahead of them, trying to stay ahead of the group.
We were moving all the time. But showing how umpires are taught today and what they have to go through to get on the ball field on the major league level, I thought was a great way to show the influence that Clem still has today.
Yeah, they make it up all the time. I read your last report. You're lucky to be in this league now.
There's only limited assets of both of these guys since they lived so long ago, as far as pictures or moving footage and those kind of things. So we decided that reenactments would be a real nice way that we could show key moments of their lives to show the character of what they were all about.
The reenactments were shot over multiple locations with, a lot of extra crew, hundreds of extras, character actors to represent Bill Clem and Dummy Hoy.
I read everything and anything I could find about Bill Clem to get his mannerisms down, to get what he was all about. I never missed one. Maybe from here, but never from the heart. Never. It's Bill Clem. He did it all. He's the man. He's God's gift to baseball, and that's why he's in Cooperstown.
Clem's reenactment was a composite of a number of stories. The fact that he was famous for drawing the line in the sand and how he dealt with players and even the fans. We built that scene to show how he commanded respect on the ball diamond. In the case of Hoy's reenactment, that story actually happened. It was a dramatization of a memoir that he wrote later in life about the proudest moment that he had in his career. It was laid out almost exactly the way he recalled it.
It was very special to me. I felt a great part of that history. and I love being a part of his story. He loved baseball just as well as I love baseball, as much as I love it in my heart, so I wanted to do it for Dummy Hoy and his family, and in honor of his family.
The difference is definitely in the details, in the background. Accurate props, accurate wardrobe. When the extras came in and were processed, the first thing they did is they went to the wardrobe tent. We might add a hairstyle or a mustache to a man, or give them a hand prop or something that would create for them an individual character. You can see how that works in the film because it does create a very nice texture to the movie, even in the background.
And we probably had 100, 150 extras or so, but that's nothing when it comes to filling a stadium. So we used our digital effects techniques to make that stadium come alive and actually feel like you were really surrounded by thousands of fans. We filled the background with billboards and old-fashioned signs and a train running in the background. You know, just all kinds of things to try to make it feel like you were really, really in the moment there.
The Dummy Hoy reenactment was definitely challenging because of the weather. It started raining probably half day in of what was supposed to be a 2-day shoot, and it actually turned out to be a 3-day shoot because of the rain. We were doing shots where it was raining. We had umbrellas over the talent for the close-ups, and actually a couple of the shots you can probably see a little bit of the rain. It really did amaze me that for 3 days we had extras. Extras who were only signed on for 2 days said, yeah, I'll be back the next day, even though it was probably going to rain again and it was going to be overcast, but they stuck it out. Just everybody pulling together and making that happen. And that was really just an example of how well the crew worked together to pull that off.
I really am proud of how the reenactments turned out. It gives the audience a little bit of what the experience of watching a ball game in the 1880s would have been like. Very different. And that's part of telling the story about the invention of hand signals.